All right, chat. It's time, y'all. It's what we've all been waiting for. Oh, by the way, look at the gift Michael got me for my birthday. It's like my favorite present. Isn't this crazy? He got a map of Japan, and then he had Lily draw pictures, and then has actual like ruins from our travels. Like, I'll see if I can show you. Like, this is the lady who drew us a map in Kyushu. And then this is the lady who told us the Shohei Ohtani. She did the miming the pitch. And look, Lily did a drawing. Why do I have lopsided eyes in the drawing? And then this was the guy who gave us black coffee and helped guide us by driving us. And we followed him in our bikes. And he kept the bottle.
Why people happy, very nice.
He kept the artifact. And then this was the person who drew us the map of Hokkaido when we got our snow gear. And then this, I don't remember this one. Oh, I think this was at the cafe. I believe this one was at the cafe. The Riders Bike Cafe, yeah. And he told me to ask you guys what this meant, because I couldn't decode it. He said one of the words is adventure, and then I know that's like hiragana for me, like may. But I don't know what the rest means. It means testicular torture. Does it actually? It literally means ball torture. Oh. That's so sweet. Wait, why is the kanji for adventure in the word ball torture? Is there a Road to Empress update? My last update is that there's no update yet. So I don't know yet. Trust me, bro. I'm excited. I'm trying to play it. All right, guys. Let's do it. All right. Let me get all my affairs in order. Okay. Oh, look, Nick made me this shirt for my birthday. A mouse is no match for a lion. Isn't that cool? Okay. Boys, we have opened a lot of Pokemon cards over the years, and every time we open it, you might notice a little sign that says the value that the card would be if it were PSA 10. But if you don't know, PSA is one of many grading companies. And I started questioning the grading system, so today we're going to find out, is it a scam? Now, obviously, it's a bit of a scam in the sense of how much they charge you and how long it takes for you to get the card back. Yes. But what I'm actually curious about is the difference amongst the different authenticators. Because you could go to a company like PSA or you could go to a company like Tag, and they use completely different systems to determine the grade of your card. And so maybe one company, PSA gives you a 10, but that exact same card, if it were sent to Tag, might be a 9, okay? Hypothetically. So my question today is, how good are these companies at grading cards? Are there inconsistencies? Are they going to all be the same? Are they good at their job? Etc. So, to find out, we sent about 24, maybe 25 cards to 3 different grading card companies, okay? We sent them to, I want to get the name of the company right. I think it's CGC. Am I right about that? I think it's CGC. Yes. Okay. So here's what we did. We have 25 cards. We sent the cards to CGC. We got the cards back. We broke the cards open. We took those cards, sent them to Tag, got them graded, noted down the results, broke them, then sent them to, why can't I think of them? What's the main one? PSA. Finally, we sent the cards to PSA. We graded all 25 cards, and those are now sitting in this box, okay? Now, you might be wondering, if you sent them and broke them, how do you know the grades of the cards? Do we just have to look at a spreadsheet? No, lucky for us, I have my editor, Polite, who went through the painstaking process of noting down all the grades, and he made a bit of a video for us. So we're going to go through, watch the video of him revealing the grades from CGC and Tag, and then I will IRL reveal the PSA grade finally.
Beautiful viewers. Hello, beautiful viewers. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown, a quick refresher on what the hell this stream idea even is. And I will tell you what has happened in between the first day when the cards were bought and the many months that have followed up until now. The original stream idea is giving chat $10,000 to buy Pokemon cards on eBay that we would then take and send to 3 different grading companies to compare the services. So from that stream, you guys bought about $9,000 worth of Pokemon cards. And then the last 1,000 was punted on the most dog shit gambling website I have ever seen.
It was genuinely atrocious. Like, it's such a scam. I still feel shame with the fact that I have money in this website.
But somehow the streamer always wins.
Baggy! Wait. Wait. I actually think this might be a good website. It's not. Do not use the website. Do not use the website. Do not use it. Was streamer luck.
Now, we got some of them, not all of them, because the eBay account was banned for suspicious activity. So maybe half of the cards that were bought on eBay actually shipped. These are all the cards that you bought, and these are the ones that survived.
Yeah, okay. So this was a hiccup in our plan. We tried to buy the cards on the eBay account, and then our account got banned. And then you might think, oh, buy them on a new account. Other people bought the cards, which kind of made life a bit harder. So we didn't get all of them. We don't have the base set 2 Charizard. We don't have the EX Blastoise, the EX Darkrai, the cool Porygon, the Megalodios. But we got a lot of good ones still.
So from this point, we needed to make a decision. Ludwig at the time was in China.
Jungle.
Touching tips or whatever he does with the locals. I don't really know. And so we had to figure it out on our own.
It's tip to tip, not touching tips. Okay.
We had no way to contact him. So we decided to go out and buy replacement cards for the ones that did not ship from eBay.
Which I think is fair, because I think the ultimate experiment is not what cards you got from eBay and how much are they worth. Maybe that's part of it. I think the actual question is the difference amongst the grading companies.
We went and tried to match the cards to the best of our ability. Some of them ended up not being graded. Some of them were slightly different grades, but we got them close, I think.
There's also Ludwig's money, so.
The fuck? Wait, what?
In a way, it's a company expense.
From our little shopping excursion, this is what we were left with. Of the cards, one of them is mine. The Groudon EX, I pulled myself like 12 years ago, and I would like it back.
Nope. No. If it's in the box, it is mine. I paid for the grading, right? Okay, I paid for the grading. You know what? How about send an email to franchise@bricksandminifigs.com and we'll get back to you. How about that? No. I'm not a jackass. Send an email. Okay, I'm going to ask you to leave now. That's where I draw the line. I'm going to ask you to leave now.
But I figured rather than spending $500 more, I'll save us a little bit of headache. And I would like to apologize as well. My dumb ass did not record the raw cards that we had before sending them to CGC. I just recorded us breaking the slabbed cards out of their slabs. So apologies for not recording them. That's on me, but doesn't really change.
And you're fired. Yep, there it is.
The experiment at all. So yeah, from that point, we sent everything to CGC first.
Dude, it would be so stressful to break open a box. I'm so glad I didn't have to do this part of the process because it's so easy to damage a Pokemon. Like, it's a fucking Pokemon card, bro. You know what I mean? Like you slightly chafe the corner. It's like, GG, there it goes. No gloves. It's a bit of a noob question. No offense to you. You probably just don't handle a lot of Pokemon cards, but you learn pretty quickly that they actually don't use gloves because with gloves, you have less, you have less tactile control over your hands because you don't have your senses. And so gloves on cards oftentimes can be more damaging to the cards than not using gloves. And the oils from the fingers matter much less than like the chafing damage or whatever. Like if you just wash your hands, you're fine.
Once we got those back, we sent them to Tag, and Tag does this cute little booster pack thing. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you know, I didn't show very much of it. And then the final place we sent them to was, of course, PSA.
Okay, CGC to Tag to PSA. That's what we're doing today.
CGC and Tag, I've compiled this video just to show the grades that they got through the process. For PSA, I gave Lud the box of goodies so we can show everybody the grades live rather than finding out through a video. Of all the cards that we sent, there was only one that had this issue. One of the Charizards that we bought was tampered with. You can kind of see it. It's very hard to see in the footage, but if you look at the corners, you can tell that there used to be like whitening on the corners, you know, just from like general wear and tear. You know, it's an older card, but it was painted over. So that card was denied from all 3 grading services. It was not given a grade with anybody. And of the 3 services, only CGC actually put it in like a cool case. The other 2 just said no, they just denied it outright. I don't think we got refunded for that. So it's like $100 per service that we use. So they essentially just...
Oh my God, fucking please subscribe. This is the point of the video where I'm asking you to please subscribe. I promise you this video is made actually less than $0. It is really just an experiment for you as a consumer. In exchange, all I ask is for your free subscription on YouTube. That is all I ask for. I'm losing a lot of money on this video, but I think it's a cool experiment. Now, a little bit of context that I don't know if Play will provide. If you don't know, PSA is obviously the biggest card grading company. It's the one you have the highest chance of having heard about, and it's also worth the most. Technically, a Beckett 10 is worth more, but Beckett is owned by PSA, so it's all under the same umbrella. But basically, a PSA 10 is usually the most valuable, okay, because it's the most well-known. CGC is known as kind of the easy grading company, you know, kind of, you know, free 10s. Like if you got a 9 at PSA, maybe send it to CGC and they might throw a 10 your way. They're a little soft. Okay, that's at least the reputation that they have. And then Tag's a little different. Actually, really, Tag's my favorite in terms of the way their cards look. I like the clear top. But Tag's entire thing is like, we're taking the human element out. AI is going to determine the value of the cards because it's the most consistent across all metrics. And so that they do that. And you can actually, a cool thing with Tag because of that is you can scan your card and they'll tell you like 74% left shadowing, 83% right corner is mostly white, like whatever. You know, they try to get very analytical about their grading process. So that's the big 3 that we've sent them to today. And we'll see exactly, is CGC softer? Okay, are they consistent across all 3 companies? Is PSA stricter? We're going to find that out today.
Got $200 from us as a donation is what happened. But yeah, as far as cards go, that's the only like super weird one. The rest are pretty normal. So that's it from me.
Card time. Okay, so this card, what? Wait, whoa. We're starting off with this? Hold the fuck up. I need everyone to pause. So this was the Mega Charizard X Gold, okay? So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to, what's that card, Pokemon card value website? Price charting. Okay, I want to go to price charting. I want to look up this card. It's a Mega Charizard X Gold. Okay, so a Mega Charizard X EX at a PSA 10 is valued at $2,500. Okay? $2,500. A PSA 9 is worth $360. And a CGC 7 is worth less than $230. In fact, it is literally worth more to have it ungraded than it is to have it at a grade 7. How did this happen? The other thing that I need here is I need the chart of our initial purchases. Sorry, let me just get all my ducks in order before we go into this first card. No. Okay, so I think that this is crazy. So I bought this card for $500 PSA 9. And we got it back from CGC, the soft grading card company, and it was a CGC 7. What? I just lost $250 instantly. Okay, let's check tag. What? What did you shit on the card in between shipping? Play, what are we doing? How is it a 6 now? There's not even a price point for a 6. You can't even buy a 6. There are 5 sales ever at 6. $183 is the last one. Oh my God. Okay, so okay, we may have fucked this one. Son of a bitch! Okay, all right. So I guess it's something I should have considered. We are not just objectively rating the differences amongst all the grading card companies. We also are dealing with the human error of breaking open cards and sending them back in for grading. Now we have our final reveal, which, because I have the card right now, is what PSA has graded it at. PSA used to grade this card as a 10, or excuse me, a 9. Here is the card. And our grade is... Wait, what? It's an 8. Wait. So I can see where they fucked it, right? I can see right here in this bottom.
As many months as Eamon is old father.
This bottom corner, maybe you can see it. Which corner is it? Right here, there's a slight... I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically like bent a little bit. So they did bend it, but interestingly, Tag was the strictest of the grading card companies because they gave it a 6. CGC gave it a 7, and PSA gave it an 8. And PSA, bear in mind, is the most valuable of the 3. So the card, ultimately, though, went from a $500 card, PSA 9, to a maybe $300 card, PSA 8. On to the next one. Oh, you give me time here. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, next card. Okay, so this next card is the Shaman. So the Shaman we bought at a PSA grading. So about, I would say, half the cards, maybe a little more than half, we bought already graded, and we broke them and sent them in. So this Shaman was purchased as a PSA 8, and we purchased it for a price point of $59. Or no, hold up. Is that right? Yes, we purchased it for... Hold on. Yes, we purchased this for $59 as a PSA 8. We sent it into CGC and they came back with an 8. So so far, this is what I expected to have happen. Let's see what Tag graded it. Okay, also an 8. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So we had a PSA 8 that we broke. We sent to CGC. It was an 8. We sent to Tag. It was an 8. And now that same card, you would think it's an 8. You would think but for all intents and purposes, this should just say 8. You're fucking kidding me. Your kid is a fucking joke. It's a 7. It's a 7. Okay, it's a 7. It's a 7. That's great. It's a 7. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look. So we can actually see this is part of the reason I think Tag is kind of cool. They give you this information about your card. So they'll show you the exact scan of the back. And so you can see like, okay, yeah, you know what? I see all this sort of white shit at the top here. I do think the top is a little bit thinner than the bottom, or maybe the left side's a bit thinner than the right side. It's not the perfect centering. This corner has some weird sputs on it. You can scroll down even. They give you a 360 view of your slab. Defects identified. Back left has edge wear. Bottom right, here's the corner wear. Bottom left, here's some more corner wear. There's some edge view. The front was rated a 969. The back a 799. The surface was good. The edges on the back were bad. The corners on the back were bad. And then look at this. So this is actually why I think Tag is actually kind of cool. A, because I think the slabs look nicer, but B, like this is fun information to see. So here's like some, I don't even know what you call this. I don't know what view this is, but I think this shows you the surfacing really is what they're going for here. So anyway, Tag graded this an 8. PSA, I don't know how PSA does it. I think they just have a fucking guy who's like a little drunk and he just fucking does one of these. 7. Throws it. And then I'm pretty sure they take a 2 to 4 week break and then they come back to do one more card. And then another 2 to 4 week break, which is why it takes about 4 months to get your cards back. So if you are curious, we went from a PSA 8, which was valued at least, excuse me, it was purchased for $59. And what we have received back is a PSA 7, which is currently worth $47 last sale. So we lost $12 on that card. Tim, can you keep a rolling tracker of how much money we lost? We lost $200 on the first card and $12 on the second card. I'm just curious for the regrades how much we've lost. So right now we're minus 212. Okay, on to the next one. I might mute this and just play my own music. No, me channel. Full disclosure, guys, I did lose a crazy amount of money on all of this, obviously. Grading is very expensive, and when you have to grade one card 3 times, basically makes it instantly like net negative. Like there's no card will be more valuable than what we spent into it. I'm more so curious if we made any money regrading, ignoring the grading costs, just out of curiosity, not for like money making purposes. Okay, next card. Okay, so this one we didn't have a grade initially. This is the EV Alt promo. The EV Alt promo. Let's take a look here. So it was graded a 9 by CGC, which is fine. We didn't have a grade initially. Let's pull it up. This is the EV Black Star promos from the Prismatic Evolutions set. So that's this card right here. At a PSA 10, it's worth $156. At a PSA 9, it's worth $28, which makes sense. PSA 10 always has a crazy high compared, excuse me. And it's $15 ungraded. Okay. We purchased this card for $10. So actually making some money for once. We purchased a card for $10. I wonder what it was for tag, though. 8.5. 8.5. Okay, so a little bit of value lost there. A little bit of value, slight difference there. An 8.5 is worth maybe $20. Still double the money. But what actually matters, excuse me, is the PSA grading, because that is our final grade that we have. So here it is. Our EV is a 7. It's a PSA 7. So CGC in this case does follow the trope of being the softest. I will say this still was a great deal because we purchased this card for $10. Unfortunately, we made $6 on the card. This is we made $6.
7 is a lucky number though.
Thanks, dude. Yes, it is a lucky number, dude. Yes. Let's take a look why. Why is this rated low? Now, here's the deal. PSA gave it a 7. Tag gave it an 8.5. I don't really see any issues with the back. It's not perfectly centered, sure. Maybe there's some surfacing issues that I'm missing. Okay, little bottom right chip, a little top right. I mean, the corners aren't perfect, but they're fine. Is it these things? Like these little chips? I'm really confused where it lost all its value from. Like, I'm really confused why it didn't get a 9 from tag. The edges seem good and the corners, the edges are amazing. The corners don't seem bad. 8.5 seems a little bit... And the surface is fine, right? I guess maybe there's like a level of corner dings that they don't accept, but I didn't think the dings were that bad. Like, this is pretty mild to me. All right. I have no clue why PSA gave it a 7. I don't see like any damage they had unboxing the card. I literally think they guessed. I have no idea why PSA gave it a 7. All right. Next card. Our next card is going to be the Vaporeon EX. Okay. So for reference, this card, Vaporeon EX, let me see if I can find it here. This was a pricier card. We bought it for $155. And it came ungraded. So whatever the first grade is, we won't know. But we purchased it for $155. This card is at a PSA 10, $1,000. At a 9, $270. And reminder, we purchased it for $150. So let's take a look. As long as it's an 8, I'm happy. Okay. A CGC 9. Okay. That's pretty good. A CGC 9 is pretty good. Let's see if we keep the 9 with tag. Okay, 8.5. Seems to be pretty consistent. Tag seems to be more like stricter about their 9s. That's twice now that a CGC 9 is a tag 8.5. Wait. If we're following trends, that means that PSA gave this a fucking 7. Here's the card. It looks good. I will say the corners are fine. There's one like, it looks like a crack on it, which isn't great. Come on, just don't be a 7. A 9! Okay, a 9. All right. I mean, that's a pull. That's great. We purchased this card for $150. It is valued at $270 with this slab around it. So, fair enough. Let's take a look. So, tag was the strictest with this card. They gave it an 8.5. There was a few dings. The centering, oh yeah, the centering's horrible. If you look at the left, look how much chunkier the left is than the right. And even the top than the bottom. Yeah, the centering's bad. I agree with that. There's a bit of edge wear. Yeah, I see that. Wow. Dude, tag is actually awesome. It had it had almost perfect surfacing. Corners were fine. Back corners were a little rough. So it really came down to this edge here. I almost have like more respect for tag's grading because I have some evidence to back up their grade. As opposed to PSA, which I gave them the most money in the longest amount of time, and they just fucking rolled a random number generator. Anyway, 9. We made money. We made $120 there. Next card. What's another banger song? All right, next card. Our next card is going to be the Megalodius EX. So for reference, the Megalodius was an $80 card. This was the one that they purchased IRL because the eBay shipment didn't come. Okay, so they did purchase this one at the convention. It was purchased for $80. A Megalodius. This was ungraded as well. It's Mega Evolution. So I believe it's this card then, right? I think it's this card right here. So PSA 10 is a $300 card. Ungraded, it's 80, and we got it for 80. So we actually got a pretty good deal on it. Or a fair deal. It really only makes money if it's a 9.5 or a 10. A 9 would just retain its value. All right, let's take a look. Megalodius. What's CGC give us? Oh. Okay. 7.5. Okay, that's okay. Tag an 8.5. Wow. 1 point higher. What? They gave it 1 point higher on tag. Guys, what are your guesses for PSA? Your guesses are as good as mine. It literally could be a 6. It could be a 9. I have no clue. Okay, let's take a look. This is our Lodius. Oh, it's a 9. It's a 9. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're fucking doing. They have no idea what they are doing at that facility. They're fucking crazy people. How is it a 9? CGC is supposed to be the soft company. So far, they've been stricter than PSA. The highest grade comes from PSA. Yes, it is a 9. Okay, a 9. Fair enough. If we do a little analysis of the card, so it got an 8.5. So far, I think we've seen a consistent trend, right? Back me up on this. Every 8.5 from Tag has been a 9 for PSA. So it seems like Tag has been a little stricter than PSA. I also think PSA is, I think it's rarer to get a 0.5 grading from them. And Tag seems to quite frequently give these 0.5s out. But let's take a look at why it didn't get a 10. What were the problems with it? So we have a few dings on the edges and corners on the back. What is our centering? Our centering, it leans left and bottom. It's bigger on the left and the bottom. Yeah, I think that's true. I agree with that. That's good analysis. The surfacing was fine. Okay, centering, good enough. Corners on the front were really the big issue. It seems to be the only issue is the cornering on the front. Oh yeah, there's a huge ding in the bottom left. I didn't see that. It doesn't show up on this view, but you can see it in this one. Do you see this right here? You can see it maybe zoomed out better. This little like thing right here, it almost looks like it was slightly like bent on both the bottom right and left. Maybe held poorly or put in the case weird. You can kind of see it IRL, but probably not on the camera. Well, good news. We bought the card for $80 and it has a value of $88 after grading. +8, Tim. Our next card. Actually, I'm just going to do this. This is our next card. Is the Erica's Hospitality. This is our next card. Erica's Hospitality. For reference, we purchased this card for... Oh, we purchased this card in person. Oh, no, excuse me. Yeah. I think we... Wait, what? Wait. Is this right? No. Okay, yeah, we purchased this one in person. I don't know what the price was, though, because I don't see it here. $78? We purchased it for $100? Okay. So this card was purchased for $100 in person. Its retail value is $115. So we got a slightly good deal, like an 85% value, which is nice. And a PSA 10 of this is $285. Let's take a look at the grading. I would guess it looks really good, to be honest. I would guess, I would be shocked if this is not a 9. Okay. That's okay. That's CGC. They're drunk at that company. Literally everyone at that company is drunk. It's totally fine. Tag is what actually matters. I'm sure with Tag, it probably got like an 8. Okay. 6.5. Are we looking at the same card? 6.5? It got a 6 point. Okay. That's our worst grade from Tag so far. Let's take a look. Why did it get a 6.5? It's the highest EX mint. What does that mean? Oh, the surfacing is a problem. Oh, yeah. Look at these lines. Is that what it is? I don't fucking see it. I genuinely don't see it. Like, I understand that they're pinging the back because the surfacing on the back is rated 625 out of 1,000. And if you look at it, it looks like, I mean, bro, it looks like me in middle school, like filled with fucking acne everywhere. But when I look at the card IRL, like, it looks fine. Like, I don't see a single problem. Well, here's the question. What did PSA give it? A 9. Oh my God, it got a 9. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's great. It got a 6.5. And I got a 2.5 point better score at PSA. Okay, I think this can't be true, but like my current hypothesis that I'm thinking about is like, because Tag does this same exact grading system for everybody, like they show you all this analytics, it means that they have to track this information. And because this card is kind of unique in the sense that all of the issues come with blemishes on the surface of the back, which aren't really visible to the human eye. And I feel like Tag isn't going through the cards in the same way, because you genuinely, like, look, I'll show you. This is what the card looks like normally, which is totally fine. But then you give it the fucking, you know, Korean skincare acne scan, and you're like, ooh, hideous. But I feel like if a human was just looking at this and they were doing this, they'd be like, yeah, that's a 9. Like, it looks good. I don't know why CGC also graded low. I don't know if PSA scans the cards. I have no clue. All I know is that this absolutely does not deserve a 9, but we are happy to take our payday. This card is now valued at $125. We purchased it for $100 as a $25 page up. So far, PSA is the softest grading card company and also the least consistent altogether. Next card. All right, guys. This one is my favorite card we're going to be looking at today. Guys, we are looking at the Megalopunny. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? The Megalopunny was purchased from eBay for $35 as a PSA 8. So bear in mind, this card came pre-graded. We broke it open and got it regraded. The centering is really bad. It's thicker on the right. It's thicker on the bottom. It's much thicker, actually, to be honest. I think the bottom edge is a little bad. The corners are good, though. And the back looks good. I would think this card should end at an 8. I would think this card should end at an 8 here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It was initially a PSA 8. It went to CGC. They gave it a 9. Okay. So, if there's any continuity, it should be a Tag 8.5. That's my guess. Okay, an 8. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense. So far, Tag seems to be by far the stingiest. A Tag 8. I think this is also a fair grade. So why did it get an 8? I think this one is pretty obvious, but we'll go through it regardless. You can see right here, the centering is horrible. It's our worst centering. It's our worst centering by far. Look how thick the bottom is compared to the top. It's absurd, the difference. Like, it's almost cartoonishly different on the front. I think the surface is, the surface is perfect. I think the corners are also great. It really just came down to the centering. The centering was the real issue. So what do we think PSA is going to grade this at? And here's where it's really funny to me. They already graded it. They literally looked at this card and they said, oh, that's an 8. My impression halfway through is that Tag is a better grading company, both in their consistency and also the information they give you. And I like their slabs better. But it's not worth sending it to Tag because you're just going to get a worse grade. And a Tag 10 is generally less valuable than a PSA 10 in the eyes of like the general public. So you might as well send it to PSA because you're not only going to get a better grade because they're worse at their job. If you get the same grade, it's also still just worth more, which is kind of a shame for Tag because I think they're doing a better job at their job, which is just weird. All right, let's get to our next card. All right, boys, our next card. She's back. It's the Low Punny Jigglypuff Tag Team. I do love this card. The Mega Low Punny and Jigglypuff Tag Team card from Cosmic something. Oh, from Cosmic Eclipse. This card's actually pretty expensive. This card costs $240. And we purchased it as a... Oh, excuse me. Did we buy this one IRL? No. I think we purchased this one. Yeah, we purchased this one for $240. If I'm looking at it, centering seems fine. I don't see any issues with the surfacing. Oh, no, I do. Yeah, there's a big issue with the surfacing on the back, I think. And then the corners are fucked up. This won't get more than an 8. This should be an 8 here. CGC gives it a 7. I think that's fair. It's not a nice card. It's pretty bad. Ooh, yuck. A Tag 6. Fuck me. That is our lowest grade of the day. So ungraded, this card is generally worth $190. PSA 8's $200, a PSA 9 is $300, and a PSA 10 is $1,200. It got a 6, which is worth far less than ungraded. Let's take a look why it got a 6. What are the issues with this card? So according to Tag, oh yeah, look at this edge. Look at this edge on the top, horrendous. Again, the centering's fine. There seems to be a corner ding on the bottom left in the front. Lot of dings here. So the biggest issue was the surfacing on the back. It got a 600 out of 1,000. And then the corners were kind of ugly everywhere. But if my theory's correct, if the biggest issue is surfacing, right? This is the biggest issue, right? We look at the Acne Cam. It kind of looks fine without this camera. I think the top edge is still visibly bad to the human eye. But I feel like PSA doesn't look at surfaces the same way Tag does. So my guess is that this is going to be higher than a 6. It's an 8. That's fucking crazy. I think we've found a hole in the PSA grading system. I don't think they check surfacing. At least at like a microscopic level, they do a human eye check. It is our highest grade, a PSA 8, which means the card is worth $200 on the market, which technically means we did lose about $40, I think. We lost $40. We overpaid for this one. We lost $40 on this card. But it was the highest grade. It was the highest grade of all 3 companies, PSA. That's so crazy, bro. That's so crazy. Because there really was... I'm not wrong, right? There was this idea that CGC was the softer grading company. If you had something that looked like a 9, they might give you a 10. That's not the case at all. It feels like CGC is a little more generous than Tag. And if the issue is surfacing, oh, PSA is going to give you the fucking treasure trove you've been begging for. All right, let's take a look at our next card. So our next card is the Giratina V-Star Gold. It's kind of a beautiful card. Yeah, I pronounce it Giratina. Fucking come at me. Yes, I pronounce Pokemon names wrong. This card was very expensive. This card cost $270. We did purchase this. Actually, is that number correct? We purchased this one IRL. This is one of the cards we had to purchase IRL at the convention. It seems like we got a pretty good deal because ungraded, this card is selling for $365 and a PSA 9 is $350. So it seems like people are purchasing this ungraded and it seems to be selling pretty consistently for about $350. And we only paid $270. So as long as we get a PSA 8, we're going to be making money here. If I'm looking at this, it's thicker on the top for sure. No questions asked. The corners are actually really nice. I don't see any surfacing issues. On the back, I mean, I think this might get an 8. I think this might get a 9. Let's take a look. What'd I tell you? CGC 9. So if it's a CGC 9, it's going to be a Tag 8 or 8.5. Woo! Wait! A Tag 9. Could this be a PSA 10? I mean, if you look through it, it's really a nice card. The centering, again, is the biggest issue right here. Look at this. Look at this thick top versus the bottom. 0 surface dings, 1 edge ding, no corner dings. So really the only issue with this card is the centering. I think my guess is that PSA gave it a 9. I think they're good enough at checking centering. So I think it'll be a PSA 9. Let's take a look. Is this the first card we got, by the way, that got 3 9s in a row? Is this the only card so far that has been consistent across the board? We're on our 9th card. This is the first time every single grade was the same. Well,
Prime subscription birthday edition.
Either way, this was our greatest pull of the day. It's a PSA 9. It's worth $350. We paid $270. It's $80 more valuable than what we paid for it. And for the first time, every company got it right, which I think makes sense because the only issue with it is the centering. And I think every company can easily tell that apart. There's no question about centering. You can just measure with a fucking ruler. I think PSA just doesn't do surfacing is what it sounds like. Yeah, and it had the edge ding, true. All right, next card, y'all. This is fun. Ooh, this card is maybe one of our most valuable. This card is maybe one of our most valuable cards. This is Umbreon. This card is the Heart Gold Soul Silver. No, is that right? It's the Umbreon Gold Star Celebrations. I don't know how much we paid for this. Polite, do you know how much we paid for this? Okay, never mind. Hold up. I lied. This is not the actual gold star. It's the reprint of the gold star. A viewer sent it to me. Wait, B_pay gifted it to me. Arigatou gozaimasu. Then shout out B Star. We got this card for free. What is this worth though? I can't find it. Oh, it's worth $100 ungraded, and PSA 10's like $460. Okay. All right, let's take a look. It looks like it should be a pretty high grade, I think. I'm looking at the card right now, and I genuinely think this might get a 10. It might be our first 10 of the day. Okay. Let's see if we can go 10, 10, 10. We get a CGC 10. I think the strictest is almost always tag. If it's a tag 10, I feel like it's a guaranteed PSA 10. PSA, do not fuck me on this. It is a tag 10 and a CGC 10. I'm going to give you guys a close-up look at this card. I want to show you. It's genuinely like a perfect card. It has one small ding on the top. You can genuinely barely see this. I do see it, but it's like the smallest ding you could possibly imagine. Surfacing is great. The small ding impacted the edges. It's got perfect corners. The centering's good enough. This should be a 10 from PSA. Do not fuck me now. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I want to fucking cry. You're fucking me. A 9. You're kidding me. A 9. Why? It just went from $460 to $150. It instantly went. It lost 66% of its value instantly. Because the dumbasses at PSA. Oh my God. A tag 10, but a PSA 9. Why? Why did they give it a 9? It's genuinely like a perfect card. Can you even see the ding on the front edge? See if you can spot it with your eye, because it's like, it's nigh undetectable. Okay, I think there's a conspiracy theory, and I think there's some credit to the conspiracy that PSA is less likely to give you 10s because of population control. They don't want to start gifting 10s free willy-nilly because then the market's flooded with 10s. So I almost feel like there's a strategy you should implement. If you think your card is a 10, you should send it to tag. If you think your card could be like a 9, then you send it to PSA. And never send it to CGC. There's no reason. I guess maybe you have a higher chance of getting a 10 from CGC than you would tag if you think it's a 10. But like if it's a 10, just send it to tag. Because I think PSA will just fuck you for no reason. Like there's no argument for this being a 9. 2 other grading companies gave it a 10. I see the analytics of the card. It looks fucking great. Do you know how hard it is to get, how hard it is to get 0 dings on the corners? Well, anyway, we got this card for free, and the final value of the card is $124, down from $450, which it was worth before we regraded it. I lost $300 for regrading a card. That's it. I just lost $300 because the guy at PSA didn't want to give it a 10. Your team sent me $600? Wait, what? Why the fuck did we send you $600 for that? What do you mean we sent you $600 fucking dollars? Give me my money back. That was a bit. Never mind then. Thank you for the card. And I apologize for coming at you, and I want to thank you again for the card. Let's get some W's in chat for BPay. I feel bad. He instantly got defensive. He's like, it was a bit. It was a bit. Okay, guys. Next card. Okay, this one. This card is beautiful. This is the Umbreon Heart Gold Soul Silver Undaunted. It's a beautiful card. Umbreon cards are usually very expensive. This one is no exception. We purchased this as a PSA 8. So we had to break open the slab and send it to get regraded. This card was purchased for $500. It's our most expensive card that we have looked at so far. It's a $500 card. I'm trying to find the value of the card. 1 second. So this card ungraded goes for $360. If this card, so we purchased it at a PSA 8 for $500. It's currently worth, the last sale for a PSA 8 is $1,100. So we got a really good deal on this card. So we should almost assuredly make some money on it. A PSA 10 of this card. Okay? If you were to get a PSA 10 of this exact card, it would be worth $20,000. If I'm looking at this card, it has a bunch of dings in the corners. There's no way it's a 10. The centering's good, though. I don't see any surfacing with my naked eye. On the back. Surfacing looks good on the front. It really just comes down to corner dings. It definitely has a few corner dings. Let's see what CGC gave it first. This is for a possible $20,000 card. Okay. It was a PSA 8. CGC gives it a 7.5. Tag gives it a 7. Okay. Let's see what it got from Tag directly. Why did it get a 7? Because I actually genuinely don't understand. Oh, the surface on the front. Are those hollow lines? Yeah, the front surface has a bunch of cracks here. Oh, yeah, that's rough. The centering is also horrible. The left-right centering. And then there's a fuck ton of dings. Holy shit, look at the dings. Ding, 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 ding. The biggest issue with it, to me, is the surfacing. The corners on the front were great. The back were bad. The centering's all right. The edges on the back are bad, but the surfacing's the biggest issue. Wait. So if logic applies, which we don't know if it does, if surfacing is its main issue and it got a bad grade from CGC and Tag, we should see our highest grade from PSA. Now, PSA already graded this card an 8. So if they're good at the job, it should be an 8 again. But will they give me a 9? Fucking cocksucker company. 7. Ah! Can't even get your own grade right. Okay. It is a PSA 7. We have lost $500 of value getting it regraded. PSA 8 is worth 1,100. PSA 7 is worth 600. We still made $100 on the card though because we got it for a good deal. I hate PSA, bro. Next card, we have a first edition. This is the Wizards of the Coast collection. It is Koga's Beedrill. I think it's from Gym Heroes. Gym Challengers, excuse me, not Gym Heroes. This is Gym Challengers, Koga's Beedrill, first edition. This one was, I think this was purchased in person. Oh no, this is the one I got from gambling. This is the card I got from the gambling website. So I got this, I don't know for how much. I think I put in $100. If I'm looking at the card, the centering's good on the back. There's a big ding on the bottom left corner, so it should be hit there. The centering on the front isn't great. It's thicker on the top and the right than the left. I don't see any hollow lines. I would guess this should get an 8.5. Let's see what CGC gives it. Eight. Okay, I think that's fine. I think 8. I think Tag is also going to give it an 8. That makes sense. So, okay, it's a CGC 8. It's a Tag 8. Again, I think an 8 is fair for this card. I think that's a genuine, like, just look at the left thickness versus the right thickness. There's a ding you can already see on the front edge here. The back left corner has a pretty big ding right here. Like, yeah, you can see the centering's wrong. You can see all the dings on it. They also see a surf. Oh, there's a print line on the back. There's a print line on the back. Apparently, the front also has some surfacing issues. Okay, so it got an 8 from CGC. It got an 8 from Tag. PSA has ranked this one an 8 as well. Good job. You guys have done it. For the second time today, we have across the board 8s. It's hard to estimate exactly how much I put into this, but for a first edition Koga's Beedrill, this card is worth $140. So we definitely have made some money on it. It's hard to say how much. Maybe $40, we'll say. All right, you know what? Good job. You guys did your job. You all got the same number. I do think the companies are generally better at grading the old cards because A, there's less going on with the cards, and B, I think they're also more valuable, so they put more time into it. I think the newer cards are just fucking guessing. All right, next card, y'all. This card is the Blastoise Full Art Hollow Black Star promo. Is that right? Yeah. It is the XY Black Star promo Blastoise. This card was paid $145 and purchased IRL. It was purchased for $145. That's a pretty good deal because ungraded, it sells for about $180. If you get a PSA 9, it's worth $1,000. I'm looking at the card here. It's a nice card. I think the centering's pretty good. The corners are... they're quite dinged, actually, on the back. Small edge problem. No, this won't get a 10. I don't think this will get it. Maybe it could get a 9, but it should be an 8. I think this Blastoise should be an 8. Yeah, okay. There's the CGC 8. I think it'll be a tag 8. Tag 7. Why? Why did it get a 7 from tag? Dings. Edge wear on the back right, back top right, there's a scratch. Back top left, there's corner wear. Surface ding, surface defect, where it says basic. Edge wear on the front right, edge wear on the back top right. So the surfacing on the back got the biggest ding. Wait. The surfacing on the back. Oh, look at this. Look at this line. It almost looks like somebody tried to cut it at the wrong place or something. Do you see this line? I mean, I'll come totally clean. I don't even see this line with my eye. Okay, if my PSA theory is correct, if tag gave this a 7, I think this will be above a 7 from PSA. Seven. Okay. I think this is our first time the CGC had the highest grade. A CGC 8, a PSA and tag 7. We purchased it for, again, $145. It is now valued at $260. So not the worst case. We still go a positive $90 on it. Excuse me, that's wrong. We go positive $115 on it. Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go pee real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, next card. Guys, this is our next card. It is a Tyranitar EX 2004. Really pretty card. Not the best centering. A bunch of corner dings. It's definitely not our prettiest card in terms of its ability to get a 10 here. We purchased this card for $189. We actually purchased it as a PSA 6. So for reference, this card came to us from PSA as a 6. Let's see if the companies agree. First up, we have CGC. 7.5. Wow. Okay, already a world of difference. I do think a 6 was weirdly aggressive. 6 is usually indicative of a much larger problem with the card that I don't see on it, but maybe there's some surfacing issues that a company like Tag sees. Let's see what Tag gives it. A 7. Okay. Interesting. So Tag gives it a 7. The reason they give it a 7 and not a higher grade, you can see all these dings. So this is all the issues with it. They're pretty minor, but they're all, you know, they add up. Corner ding, corner ding, corner ding, corner ding. And then the front surfacing seems to be the biggest issue that they've marked. So it's the back corners and then the front surfacing. What's the issue with the front surfacing? Oh my God, it looks like craters on the fucking moon. What? What is this giant fucking crater in my card, bro? What the fuck? Jesus Christ, it looks like a comet hit it. Okay, so PSA already graded this card a 6. Are they able to get the same grade twice? Sons of bitches nailed it. I don't know why PSA is so much stricter on this one. It got a 7.5 from CGC and 7 from Tag. It gets back-to-back sixes from PSA. We purchased it for $189. A 6 is pretty low, though. I'm surprised it got such a low grade. It's hard to say what it's worth. I think we broke even on it, though. A PSA 7's worth $312. The last sale for a PSA 6 was $213. Let's just say we broke even on it. I think that's more honest. This is what I expected for all the cards today, by the way. I expected PSA to be the stingiest grader on all the cards. I think what I've actually learned is that PSA is random. Like, I think CGC and Tag have been within, like, at least a half-point deviation, standard deviation, almost every time. And for whatever reason, Tag standard deviation from the other two companies is, like, 1+. I don't know why. It's like wildly different. They do just vibe grade, I think. All right, next card. So this card, unfortunately, was not able to be graded because whoever we purchased this card from recolored the corner. So generally, like, you see there's white marks in the corners. Somebody, to make the card look nicer, added just a bit of paint, almost like the Toy Story 2 Woody painting scene, to increase the perceived value off the eye test. So this card is the Charizard What card is this? Charizard EX. Do we know how much we spent on this card? God damn, there are so many Charizards. What set is this from? 2014. It's 100 over 106. Oh, I can just do that? I can just type Charizard 100 out of 106 and it'll pop up. Oh, there it is. It is from Pokemon Flash Fire. So ungraded, it's worth 180. I'm struggling to see, Tim, I don't know if we have a number, how much we paid for this. A PSA 10 is worth 8,600, yeah. Yeah, this one was a scam. This one is going to be, it's basically worth $0. I mean, it's not worth $0, but like, I think selling this card would be unethical. Do you know what I mean? Because I would only, you could only theoretically sell this if you were to label that it was tampered with as like a collector's card if somebody wanted to get every Charizard or every, you know, card from the Pokemon Flashfire collection, or to play maybe. But it is certainly not a card where you can say it's worth 180. But I don't know how much we paid for it. Shows the card. What's kind of cool about this is CGC still gave it a slab, but Tag and PSA did not give it a slab. They just sent it back and said can't grade it. I think it's this corner right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Try to get in focus. This corner was painted. It's hard to see it. I think the only thing I can see is that there is some blue ink where there normally are white dings that like normally it doesn't do that, but the color is kind of the same. It's also slightly thicker in that area. But anyway, that is our L. Guys, we only have 9 more cards. And we are going to our second box. Box number 2. It's our last box. Okay, our next card. Ooh, speaking of Charizard. Wait, is this the right one? Oh, I think this is the right order. Our next card. Wow, why is this card so heavy? Is this card metal? I think this is a metal promo card, yeah? 2021 Pokemon Celebrations Charizard. It's a cool card. I don't see our purchase of it, though. Do we know how much we paid for this one? I don't see this one in the list. I don't know where this card came from. Fair enough. So ungraded, this card is worth $326. As a PSA 10, it is worth $10,000, which is kind of insane. I will tell you right now, this won't be getting a 10. There's a huge fucking ding on the back. You can see the gold from the metal underneath spilling through the edge there. All right, let's take a look. A 7. Nope. Okay. A 7, I think, is reasonable for this card. A 7 would put this at, let me see. Metal Zard is from the gambling website. Oh, really? Okay, so this one is from gambling. A 7's worth $240. All right, what did Tag give it? Probably worse. Rejected. Oh, Tag doesn't do metal cards. Okay. Touche. PSA. So it got only a 7 from CGC. I'm guessing it's going to be a 7. Yeah. Thank God for PSA, those drunk motherfuckers. We got an 8! Woo! We got an 8, boys! This card is worth $305. So we went plus 200 on this one. Not bad. Not bad. It's also a very cool card. It's probably cooler not graded, though. Just being able to hold a metal card. How are we up in value? So, sorry, let me correct the record for a moment. We are not up in value. And I said this earlier. The value is the value that we paid for the card versus the value of the card after grading it. This both includes ungraded cards and graded cards that were cracked that we regraded. But we spent thousands of dollars getting these cards graded, and I'm not including those cards or those costs. Like we are down thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. This does not include grading costs. This is purely just like, oh, I bought this card for $100 and the PSA 8 version of it's worth $140. Because sometimes, which I think is kind of interesting, I bought a PSA 8, it got regraded to PSA 7, I lost $40. So that's kind of the logic there. Anyway, let's go to our next card. Okay, I think this one should be this one is Polite's card that I'm stealing from him. It is Team Magma's Groudon, one of my favorite legendaries. Comes with a Team Magma member, a bunch of Team Magma Mons. It's got quite a few dings. This card's going to come back as a 6.5. The back is horrible. The centering's all right. The edges are horrible. Yeah, this is going to be a 6. This is a bad card. Maybe a 7. That's my guess. 6, maybe 7. $7.5. Okay. 7.5. I think we're going to have a more strict grade from Tag. I would be shocked if they gave it more than a 7. Did I not say 6.5? I literally read a chat message that said, Ludwig, they don't do 6.5s. Did I not say 6.5? Did I not bar for bar call? I can do this job. It's an easy job. It is a 6.5. Team Magma at a 6.5 doesn't really sell for that. A 7 is worth $540. This card is a really valuable card, by the way. At a PSA 10, it's $12,000. At a PSA 9, it's a $2,500. And even an 8 is almost $1,000. So this card is worth a lot of money. It's also peaking in value, as all Pokemon cards are. The tag score is horrible, though. A 670 might be like our lowest of the day. So why did it get such a low score, you might ask? Well, look at all the dings. Look at all the dings. And this isn't even all of them. The centering is the best part of the card, but the back corners are really rough. The back surface isn't good. And then the edges are the worst part of it. The back edges are really bad. It kind of looks like a small mouse bit it. All right, let's see what PSA gave it. So it got a 7.5 and then a 6.5. And PSA? A 6. Oh, wow, a 6. Damn. Okay. The strictest grading of the day goes to PSA for Team Magma. The last sale for a PSA 6 of this card was $385, which is a little more than the ungraded version. This shouldn't impact our value, though, because it's Polite's card. I'm going to put this one on the side for him. All right, next card. Here it is, boys. We only got like 7 left, I think. This is Greninja EX. Greninja EX. It's a really pretty card. The art's nice. It's got beautiful color. It's also a newer card. This card, ungraded, is worth $313. Excuse me, $320. It's not a card that gets I think newer cards generally are more likely to get 10s. So the graded versions aren't actually more valuable unless it's a 10. Does that make sense? Like an ungraded version of the Greninja EX is almost the same value as a PSA 9. But I'm looking at the card. The only way it makes any money is if it gets a 10. It actually could get a 10. Like a really small corner ding on the back. The centering is more right than left. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a 9 and it could get a 10. I'm not saying it's likely it gets a 10, but it's definitely a 9. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The CGC 10. So a CGC 10 is going to be worth less than a PSA 10, but it's still like at least, you know, $600-700. Double the value of ungraded. Now the question is, we have had one other card that got a CGC 10 and a tag 10, but failed to get the PSA 10. Let's see. Does it get the tag 10? Okay, a tag 9 with a 936 grading. 936 isn't bad. What, do you know the number for a 10? Is it 950? Yeah, the corner ding is so small. It's really down to centering. The centering is just too left to right. You can see it pretty clearly, like how thin this is compared to this side. I'm guessing PSA is going to give this a 9. I would be very shocked to see a 10 here because I think PSA is the strictest on 10s. But let's find out. It's a 9. That makes sense. I'm not surprised about this. So I think our theory coming into this, that CGC is more likely to give a 10 than PSA, is true. I think what I found out, though, is that PSA is more likely to give a 9 than tag in CGC. Like, if you have something that looks like a 7 or an 8, you could get a 9 from PSA. But if you have something that's 9 borderline 10, then you should go to CGC. Anyway, this card is now valued at $330. We purchased this card for $285. Oh, wait. No, is that right? No, that's not right. Is that right? I think we purchased it for $285. Okay, so we're up $45 on this card. How much is a CGC 10 worth? Let me see if I can find it. It looks like $400 to $500, depending. It sold for $500 a month ago. It sold for $401 last week. It sold for $510 a month ago. So like, yeah, like 500. It's worth more than a PSA 9 for sure. But I think CGC does this thing where they give 10s and then they give pristine 10s, which is kind of a cop-out way to give out more 10s without necessarily completely devaluing your 10 altogether. The most recent sale was $299 for PSA 9. We're still up $15 then. All right, guys, next card. All right, guys, this one is one of our most valuable cards and probably my favorite card we're going to open or look at today. It's the Van Gogh Pikachu. This card fucking rules. It costs $759, by the way. We purchased this as a PSA 8, broke it, and sent it into CGC, tag, and back to PSA. It certainly isn't going to be a 10. If it was, holy shit, would we be up? But no, I'm looking at this card. It's very clear to me it's not going to be a 10. How is this so hard to find? Dude, this website kind of blows. Oh, it's because they don't call it Van Gogh? No, they do. What number is it? 85. So this card ungraded sells for about $1,000. It's actually worth more ungraded than a PSA 8. I think because people are chasing the 10s. A 10 is worth a little under 3,000. A 9 is worth a little under 1,000. And we purchased it again as a PSA 8 for $760. I'm guessing we're going to get 8s across the board. That's my guess. I guess we're going to get 8s across the board. Oh. Okay. CGC 9. All right. I don't think Tag will give us a 9. I think Tag will give us an 8. Okay. Actually, a higher grade. A Tag 8.4 with an 884 grade. Let's see the issues with this card. Okay, so it's very clear the top is thinner than the bottom, right? You guys see that? Look how thick the bottom is compared to the top. So that's going to be one of the biggest issues. The other issues is there's some corner dings. Wow, look how that's really bad. That is really bad, actually. 3961. They actually didn't mark it for any corner dings, which is funny because I do see some. The only issue they clocked was the centering. So maybe PSA will be nice to us. I mean, if we upgrade this from an 8 to a 9, it's like a $200 page up. All right, let's see it. Oh! It's an upgrade. It's a 9. Wow, okay. So to be clear, what I did is I purchased a PSA 8 card on eBay. I broke it open. I sent it back to the company that gave it the 8, and they added one number to it, which instantly added $250 of value about. The last sale for PSA 9 was $1,000, and we spent $759. That's crazy. Is that not kind of fucking insane? Like, if you just think about it, the whole purpose of the company is to give you an accurate grade on the card. And consistently, PSA is unable to produce the same grade for the same card. Just consistently, they're unable to do it. Anyway, I mean, that's pretty cool, though. The Van Gogh PSA 9. We only have a few cards left, y'all. Oh. But this next one's kind of fire. This next one is from Gambling. It's the Yamato One Piece card. It's our first non-Pokemon card of the day. Turn audio back on? Should I? So, I'm not really sure. Can you use this website? Yamato. Okay. This is from One Piece Kingdoms of Intrigue, OPO4. Ungraded, it's worth about $20. PSA 10, it's worth about $109. The value of the card has gone down a lot. Maybe it's because you can no longer... I'm not super well versed in One Piece TCG, but I think maybe they... what's when you stop being able to use it? I forget the term. Yeah, not playable. It's out of rotation. All right, let's see what we got for it. Okay. A 9. A 9 from CGC. A 10 from Tag. A 954, which is borderline 10. It's 5 points from a 10. Okay, so a 10 from Tag would be worth $110. And then if we take a look at the issues with it, the corners are godlike, the surfacing's great, the edges are great. It has some centering issues. That's the biggest issue. The front centering, it is more left than right and top than bottom. It's always hard for me to tell on cards like this, but I do see that it's thicker here. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, will this be our first PSA 10 of the day? Let's find out. Oh, it is! Okay! I'm like kind of speechless because we didn't even get a CGC 10. And bear in mind, CGC has 2 different levels of 10. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a 10 and a pristine 10. We got a 9 from CGC and a 10 from PSA. Okay, here's my theory. Not many people grade this card. This is not a very commonly graded card. I think because the population of it is so low in like the grading system, PSA is more likely to give it a 10 because they don't give a fuck. They don't have to be stingy with their 10s because like 7 people have this card graded. So they're like, yeah, it looks good enough. But if there was like 100 10s or 5,000 10s or whatever, then they're like, nope, got to give it a 9. Can't have too many 10s. Like I almost feel like you could gain PSA by finding cards that aren't likely to be graded and sending them there. And if it's a highly graded card, sending it to CGC or some shit. Like there's some next level manipulation you can do because of all the human error to get an edge in like grading markets. Either way, guys, it's $110. I think we're up like, I don't know, at least $50 on this card. It's hard to say because it's from the Gamble website. And our first PSA 10 of the day. So funny that CGC gave it a 9 and PSA gave it a 10. Well, we're not done with One Piece, and we have a much more valuable One Piece card coming up. This card was a crazy pull. This was from the Gamble website. I don't even see this on the website. Okay, there it is. So ungraded, this card is worth $1,700. I'm talking about the Porcus de Ace manga. This was a crazy pull. I think it is our most valuable card, or at least one of our most valuable cards in this entire set. PSA 10 is worth over $3,000. And I think this could get a 10. I have no clue. I genuinely have no clue what it's worth. Let's find out. CGC 9, okay? Oh, no, sorry, hold up. We're still on Yamato. Okay, here it is. Our first pristine 10 for the manga alt art Ace One Piece card. That's crazy. So this is the crown jewel that CGC can give. Unmute the audio. No. What is this song?
Hey, Ludwig, there's been an accident. I don't know how this happened. All I know is somewhere along the lines, I fucked it. I botched it. This thing went from a perfect black label 10 to a 9. Yes, sir, it has been fucking murdered. All I can really tell is when I ripped the slab open, it looks like the corner dinged the frame in the CGC slab, and it created this microscopic, it's genuinely the smallest ding I have ever seen in my life, and that tanked it to a 9 from what was considered a genuine all-around perfect card. So, I apologize. This was inevitable. There was
That's actually... Oh my god.
at least going to be one card that gets owned. No other card did this. This is the only one I noticed a problem with. It just sucks that the one that I tried to be the most careful with is the one that got fucked.
Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my god.
So, as an apology, there's a cool Porygon in the box that I bought with my own money. It's all yours. It's all yours, buddy. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyways, pretty sure that's the only one. So, sorry. Oops. Oopsies. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry, man.
Look. Well, I guess maybe that's something we should note. You're gonna crack and regrade, there's a chance you fuck it up. The last sale for a pristine 10 was $3,500, and that was back in March. It's probably worth more by now. A pristine 10. We shouldn't have regraded a pristine 10, bro. It's too beautiful. Oh, it looked so beautiful. God, it's bring me back. God, it looks so beautiful with the gold. Oh, guys, please subscribe. It's all I can ask for. I don't even see a pristine 10 online. There's literally not a pristine 10. Oh, there it is. The only pristine 10 that is available for purchase is sitting at $6,000. I think it's safe to say that it's probably a $5,000 card as a pristine 10. And as a 9, it's worth $1,600. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I got a cool Porygon. Dude. It just looks so nice. It just looks so nice. It looks so nice. It's such a pretty card. Fuck! Okay, next card. Our next card is a first edition holo Dragonite. We bought this card as a PSA 8. If it comes back, even a PSA 9, it gains $1,300 in value. PSA 10 is worth $20,000. It would be insane to go from an 8 to a 10, I think. But I will say,
Perfect.
The card looks really good. So let's take a look. Again, it started as a PSA 8. Okay, CGC gives it a 9. Let's get an upgrade here. Make my day. Please make my day. Tag gives it an 8.5 with an 876 score. There's a universe PSA gives a 10 here. Or excuse me, a 9 here, not a 10. There's a universe we get a 9 here. It got an 8.5. The biggest dings, I think, are going to be the top front edge. Centering is pretty bad on the back. The top bottom centering on the back is pretty bad. There also seems to be some surfacing issues on the front. I'm unable to... What are these red lines? Are those hollow lines? Come on, please be a 9. Please make me happy. Can't hate consistency. 3 cards left. Our next card is a Shadowless Mewtwo. This comes from the base set collection. It is the first reprint of base set. It's technically not first edition. It's the print right after first edition. They forgot the shadows on the side of the card. If we do a side-by-side comparison, you'll notice there's a shadow on the Dragonite here, but no shadow on the Mewtwo. It doesn't have the first ed tag. I guess maybe second edition is a way to phrase it as well. This card was purchased for $160. Guys, we purchased it from eBay as a PSA, get this, 6. So this was a relatively cheap card because it had such a low grade. A 6. A 10 is worth $11,000. This is not going to get a 10. But even if it goes up to a 7, it doubles in value. The last 7 sold for about $320. The top edge is pretty bad. I mean, it looks like a 7 to me, but maybe there's some hollow lines. I don't see any major issue. Oh, there's a ding. Oh, yeah, really bad ding, actually. The centering is pretty bad and it has quite a bad ding on the bottom. Let's see. It was a 6. Whoa. 7.5. That's a pretty big difference. What does Tag give it?
What?
What? How is it 2 points off? It started as a PSA 6. It gets a 7.5 from CGC and then a 5.5 from Tag. Almost a 5, by the way. It looks like the Tag website is down right now, so I can't take a look at it. What does the PSA grade say? They are the king of consistency. Another 6. So I think PSA has been pretty good with the OG cards. I will say with the OG cards, they seem pretty consistent. I think this mostly comes down to surfacing. But it's hard to tell without the tag software. All right, guys, there are only 2 cards left. We have our next one, another Mewtwo. This one is first edition. It is Team Rocket's Mewtwo. This card was purchased as an PSA 8.5 in person for $1,000. So this was purchased for $1,000, 8.5. What's the number? 114. A PSA 10's worth 8,000. A PSA 9's worth 1,600, and a 8 is worth 800. So it makes sense we paid 1,000, sort of right in between the 8 and the 9 pricing. Let's take a look. So again, it started as a PSA 8.5 here. Okay. CGC with the highest grade again. They give it a 9. Tag. Also a 9. Okay, wait, hold up. This actually could make money here. Tag gave it a 907, which is just over the line for a 9. Okay. The centering is actually really good for this card. I think the issue is going to come from some surfacing issues. Yeah, it looks like there's some surfacing problems maybe on the... It actually doesn't even look that bad. The small ding here. The corner here is quite chopped. Corner here is quite chopped. So I see a couple of dings. There's a print line on the back and the top left. Is there? Okay, I don't... Okay. But the centering's like money. The biggest issue seems to be the back corners, which I think is pretty clear to everyone, right? This corner looks pretty bad. This corner looks pretty bad. All right, what does PSA give it? Again, we purchased it as a PSA 8.5. What? I hate this stream! What do you mean? What do you mean a 7? That's 1.5 below what you graded. Oh my God. How do you fuck that up that fucking badly? How do you fuck that up? A 7.5 is worth about... There's not even a listing for it. $600. We lost $400 on this. The Tag 9 would have been worth $1,400. Oh no, sorry, it's not even a 7.5, it's a 7. It's a flat 7. It's worth $550. We purchased it for $1,000. It's worth $5. We lost $500. No, sorry, we lost fucking $3,000. We lost $5,000. We lost $5,000. We lost everything. Okay. Oh man. We have one card left. Tim! Tim, please. Tim, please. Please, bro. Please. Please, bro. Please. If you guys happen to have Twitch Prime available, all you have to do is click on the subscribe button and see if it says subscribe free. And if there's a little checkbox, you can click it. It's 3 clicks. If you're over on YouTube, you can come over to do it as well. It's more likely than not that you have one available, and it could help someone if they lost $3,500 of value in a card from a stray piece of plastic. It's hard to feel bad for a guy with $1 million. I don't have $1 million. I'm a multi-millionaire. And the cardboard still gets me emotional. I'm actually genuinely fucked up about that, though. Oh my god. Okay, let's move to it, guys. We only have one card left. This is our final card. It's not even graded. It's $80. Our final card today, boys. It's the grail of Pokemon card collecting. It's the one you've seen the most, but maybe not the version you've seen the most. Cat's Paw TV, thank you for the 20 gifted, man. I appreciate it. Our final card today, it's going to be that Charizard. It is a base set 2 Holo Charizard. It's the first reprint of this Charizard.
GGS.
Oh. Not good, bro.
That's 1 point off a 6.5, no? That's 1 point off.
That's bad.
Not good.
It's got bad centering. It's got an edge ding, 2 corner dings, 3 surface dings. We're fucked. We're fucked. All right, here it is. Here's our Charizard. It started as a 6, but is PSA actually consistent? 7! Let's go! With that, we have gained $100 of value. I don't even want to look at it. Okay, fuck. What was the point of this experiment? Was it to hurt me? Here's the deal. We came into this experiment trying to discern the differences amongst 3 of the major grading card companies, CGC, TAG, and PSA. And also the consistency of PSA versus PSA. I think it's pretty clear there is no consistency. It is possible to have a 2.5 difference between one grading card company to another. It's possible to have a 1 point grading difference from the same company that you give it to twice. I think PSA's chokehold on card grading, their monopoly, is a farce. I think they're bad at their jobs. I think they are genuinely bad at their jobs. I think TAG, to me, is the GOAT right now. I think they're the GOAT. Why? Because they actually give you the information of why they gave your card that grade. They also tell you a 1,000 point scale where your card lies, so you can exactly know the system they took to get that grade. I also think, pound for pound, they have the best looking cases. I think PSA's cases are kind of ugly, to be honest. I will say, and I know I don't get to hold it, but CGC has value. You're more likely to get a 10. And that black label pristine 10 was beautiful, bro. That was a beautiful case. That looked awesome. So I feel like what you should do, if you want to gamble, send your shit to PSA. If you think it looks like a 10, send it to CGC. And if you just want to grade it to have a graded card, go to TAG. That's probably my most unbiased analysis. If you're curious how much money it made, don't listen to this number. That's just based off the raw money we spent versus the money we received. This whole experiment lost probably $10,000, maybe more. Grading alone cost $6,000, and I'm not going to resell these cards, so I consider the value of these cards lost, and I probably spent another, I don't know the exact amount. Oh, I have it right here. I spent $8,500 on all the cards. So $8,500 on all the cards, $6,000 on all the grading. Well, actually, we should remove this, right? Okay, no, I have the final numbers. $6,000 on grading, $6,000 on cards, for a total of $12,000 in. And the final value of all of our cards is $8,000. So we're about $5,000 short.
When I rip the slab open, it looks like the corner.
Yingo, why did you let this happen? You could have done something, Yingo. You could have saved me. Why'd you crack it, Yingo? You didn't see the fucking pristine black label and think maybe we don't crack this one? Maybe this one we fucking... Maybe this one we leave? God damn it. I actually think I might need to give away this card. I genuinely don't think I can look at this card with any joy in my heart. Oh my God. Oh. If there is a nerd out there who wants to do me a big service and the community a big service, I'd be really curious to get a final tally of all of the grades from CGC, tag, PSA, and the standard deviation from the mean for each card, including initial grades wherever applicable, and whether it's plus or minus the mean. So which company ultimately has a better chance of giving you a higher grade? That sounds hard. I don't think it's that hard, to be honest, but it's too hard for me. But I don't know. Nerds are good at their job, bro. Are you going to pay them to do this? Brother, I just lost 14,000. I'm not paying shit. I'm asking for free labor. And I post it on my Reddit and I give it an update. I will give one update. That's all I got. I got one fucking update for you. Guys, there will be no stream tomorrow, more than likely. Maybe I'll stream really late at night. I'm unsure at the moment, though. I don't think I will. Friday, however, we are doing a F-Slur collab. It is Ray's week. Saturday and Sunday, I don't really know what I'm doing either. I might try the God Gamer Gauntlet at some point. I'm not exactly sure when. It's my birthday. Can you say happy birthday, Lucas? Yeah, man. Happy birthday, bro.
Update this.
Flyan, thank you for the 46 months, man. I appreciate it. No DreamCon. Dude, fucking Mark hit me up. He's like, come to DreamCon, but I don't know what I would do. I don't have like a thing to do. I'm not like involved in any of the activities. And Mark's not like free to hang out with. Like he's the busiest man alive. I'm not in the gamerhood thing. What happened to the gamerhood? I wasn't a part of it. I was just asked to promote it, and I said sure. So I just made a little video because I thought it was a cute video. Do you still have the Pecora Dodger slab? Yeah, I got it. Wait, I posted all the numbers for you as a table with means. Really? Really? Wait, what the fuck you did? Dude, that's crazy. We went from a 9 to a 6 to an 8. Wait, okay, so what I need somebody to do is then get an overall PSA tag in CGC deviation from the average of each. Right? Maybe I could do this. Is there a way to... Oh, wait, it's right here. Oh, look at this. Okay, so somebody actually did the math. The average grade for each company was 8.27 for CGC, 7.83 for tag, and 7.96 for PSA. So kind of what we thought might happen, where CGC is the most generous. What kind of surprised me is tag is the quote-unquote stingiest. I think more accurately, they're the most honest. And PSA is the most random. Like, genuinely random. Because there are times where it outperformed. Look at this. It outperformed CGC by 1.5. It outperformed CGC by 2. It outperformed tag by 2.5. But when it comes to the 10s, 9. This time it was a 6. I don't know what they were doing with the Shadowless Mewtwo. The Rockets Mewtwo as well. It feels like the more valuable the card, the worse grade you're going to get from PSA. And the less popular the card, the higher the grade you're going to get from PSA. It's kind of crazy. Thank you for the $10, Mr. Hammerhead. I only ever watch VODs. This is my first time catching some of a stream, but thanks for being bad at video games. It's very entertaining. Thank you. Well, wait, what do you mean bad, though? Not bad, per se. Just to be clear. All right, y'all, guys, I'm out. Thank you all for watching today. Again, I probably won't be live tomorrow. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you later. Peace out, guys.